rough. So is the Wandering Emperor, though. In fact, let's go ahead and take the Wandering Emperor. Yeah. Either way, like, yeah, the depopulate is annoying, but we can get it out of their hand. Our Deep-Cavern Bat is bound to die one way or the other. And they have the treasure. However, that is what I was planning. Hey, what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy. I'm back with another one here for you. Yes, we are playing Dimir, baby. This could be the best deck in the whole gosh dang format right now. Now, of course, there are some insane ones, from Atraxa to mono white humans to some of these aggro Boros lists that I've been seeing. There are some really good lists. I probably missed one, of course. There's some green decks I'm not so familiar with as well. But this one is powerful. We have a very interesting package. I think my 4-drop slot's probably the weirdest. I'll sort of go over this. But I'll start with Sheoldred. Got 2 of these bad boys, bad girls in here. Very great card, obviously. Lord Skitter, amazing card. We want to take advantage of these rat tokens. We want to go wide. This does give us a 3/3 body when we don't have too many creatures. So Lord Skitter is hugely important. Okay. We also have, of course, Deep-Cavern Bat for these bad boys. This is a premier card. This might be the single best card from Lost Caverns of Ixalan, and I'm actually serious. This is very good. You can take out the thing that most appropriately deals with this bat. And assuming they lay a creature, which was their other, main thing, we can return it with our Fading Hopes. This buys us tons of time. We can just cut it down. And if it's not a creature, well, maybe we can Spell Pierce it. Maybe we can Syncopate it, right? And if we have a lot of mana, we can guarantee they can't pay for it, right? Make Disappear pretty easily, right? If they don't have 2. So these are good cards. Malcolm is a very premier 2-drop, obviously, and this is a hugely important card to the deck because we're filtering. It gives us an annoying creature early in the game, some early damage. It also gets a removal spell out of their hand, certainly at some point, and it's a really good investment. And you can get to the 4 chorus counter things, and then when you're casting, a Gix command or a Sheoldred for free, that's pretty dang good. And also, we do have some cards we can take advantage of discarding. So that's kind of why we have some of these odd ones, like Siphon Insight. We can discard this and still flash it back, which is pretty notable. We can also do that with Memory Deluge. If we have to pitch something, we can at least cast it for 7 late in the game if we know it's going to be a later type of game, right? Or a longer type of game. I want to go to Grafted Identity. Well, this card seems really like, we don't have too many creatures. Wait a minute. We got these rat tokens I can't even block. And certainly one of these can be sacrificed to just straight up steal the best thing on the opponent's side of the field. So this is basically a removal spell. So it's another removal spell. We have 2 Heroes Downfalls in here. It's a good card. It hits planeswalkers and creatures. We don't have to pay life. We don't have to discard anything. Because we do end up taking a good amount of damage. Some swings do get through. If we're against like dinosaurs, you will take a big, chunk of 6 early in the game, and then you'll take a chunk of, 12 later in the game, and you'll go down to 2 life. So you can't really afford to spend too much life with things like Bitter Triumph and whatnot. Now, Tenacious Underdog is actually one of those other cards from Malcolm to discard, and you can still cast it back from the graveyard. And casting it for the Blitz cost is really, really good because we draw a card, we put that little bit more damage on it. On them, and they hardly ever want to block this. So this can be a game ender in and of itself. Doomed Dissenter is a weird card that most people would not add, but I love this card. I've been a biggest fan of Doomed Dissenter ever since I first started playing Magic. Actually, that was core set 19 for those of you who are interested. That was the first set that I bought and really got into the game. So this was, I believe, in one of those. I mean, it's obviously been around for years, like over a decade. I think this was one of the original type of creature archetype designs because it's very elegant. And yeah, it's a blocker early in the game. We can sacrifice it to things like Fellstinger. Fellstinger obviously wants to eat a rat. It could also eat our Greedy Freebooter, which is a crazy play because you scry one, you put the bad card down. You draw the 2 best cards off the top. You also have a treasure token. You could cast one of those, and maybe it's like a Fading Hope. So you have one, a treasure token left over. You can Fading Hope at the end of your opponent's turn on that same play line, basically. So yeah, Memory Deluge. Pile On, guys. Pile On's cool because the Surveil. and also the Convoke, right? We have a bunch of these rats, right? We have our Greedy Freebooter. We have a bat that might not want to swing into the opposing flyer and lose the card underneath of it. So we can at least Convoke, and we can cast this for 0 mana sometimes. And the Surveil fixes our next draw, makes sure that we have a good next turn, as well as putting maybe our Siphon Insight in the graveyard so it's not that bad. Or our Memory Delusion in the graveyard, or our Tenacious Underdog. And we have 2 Gix commands, being that at least if we cast 1 in the game, we can get back at least 2 primary pieces, remove their biggest thing, or if we're ahead, we can put counters on great targets like our Bat or Malcolm, all of a sudden becomes a 4/3 flyer. The Bat obviously already has lifelink, but if they can't deal with the Bat and they're out of cards in their hand pretty much, this is now a 3/3 lifelinker permanently, so that's pretty good. Of course, we do have Aclazotes. Great card, very resilient creature in those longer games. This is going to be the one. Flying lifelink is serious. The effects are serious, and the fact that you can bring it back when you do run out of cards is very, very good. It has saved me a few times. Ashiok finds its way in here because it does create 2 chunk blockers, and it does represent card advantage, and we don't have too much just plain card draw. So Ashiok actually fits really good. You're not really ever going to -7, but you don't need to with this card, right? So yeah, Ashiok starts at 5 loyalty. I like it quite a bit. So that's pretty much the deck. I don't think I missed anything. Of course, my head's covering the creature land as usual, but this is a 4/4 creature with Death Touch, and it also mills 4 cards. Now that can hit like our Siphon Insight, or our Underdog, or our Memory Deluge at some point perhaps, and maybe that helps us get up on 1 card advantage, right? So everything gels really good. It's really powerful. The creatures, the spells, everything, what we're trying to do. We control the game. Very nice. A well-timed counter can be everything. Oh, and guys, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You want to shut down those Atraxa decks? This can do it. If there's a Planeswalker on the other side of the field that's super annoying, this is going to shut that down completely. If it's a Jace Mill deck, boom, now your Jace can't do anything. If it's the Quintorius Con deck, right, now your Quintorius can't do anything. And you're not taking advantage of any of those triggers. Or even the passive. It loses all abilities. So literally it's very good. There are a lot of triggers that are very relevant that this can counter, and it's also just a 3/2 body you can flash in, which can be a removal spell, or block a 1/1 swinging in, right? So very good stuff. Yeah, much love, you guys. Again, this is a super strong deck. If you made it this far, don't forget to subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the 2 really good, really powerful, quick, clean games today. And yeah, I'm going to keep pumping out content for you, so like the video. I would really appreciate that, and keep an eye out for more. All that jazz. Much love, you guys. I've been having a lot of fun doing this, so thank you, thank you, thank you. And let's get into the video. Hey, alright, so game 1 here. Let's get into it. I haven't played any Magic today, so fresh off the bat, baby. Restless Reef. I like the hand quite a bit. We have actually our perfect curve here. This is exactly what we want to see for our 3 creatures. So we should do as good as we can here, to be honest. Let's go ahead and flash in Malcolm first. Getting Malcolm down before the Bat is usually the priority, because then you can actually get to a point later in the game where you could take advantage of the chorus counters. And you're just filtering meanwhile, right? Let that go through. Let's see. They didn't have anything, which is pretty good for us. You know, there was no 2-drop haste creature or anything like that, so that's good. I wonder what this is. Okay. That was pretty early considering we're dropping a Skewer right now. Huh. Life Pilot, eh? So let's exile. I don't think Mono Red has ways of getting instants and sorceries back, at least easily. Or at least that's common and played, so. Should be good to take out the creature there. Okay, now he's probably like, wow, I wish I didn't lay that. Now, if they have any way of dealing with us, they likely only have 1, and we're going to take it right now. Okay. They have 1 white. They have 1 white. The Depopulate's pretty rough. So is the Wandering Emperor, though. In fact, let's go ahead and take the Wandering Emperor. Yeah. Either way, Like, yeah, the depopulate is annoying, but we can get it out of their hand. Our Deep-Cavern Bat is bound to die one way or the other. And they have the treasure. However, that is what I was planning. Alright, so we're going to spell pierce those boys. I think let's slap this down. Let's just go creature heavy. Creature all in. Get rid of that. Now, of course, we could have held Tishana, but let's actually keep Tishana for after this turn. Because it doesn't look like they have the answer. Okay. Let's try to get the mana, and we'll hold up Make Disappear. I like Spirited Companion, but we'll get the mana. Make Disappear is going to win us the game here for sure. Dimir, baby! Dimir Control, what do you know? Dude, Siphon Insight's not as bad as people think, man. I really am a fan of this card. You can cast it twice. Yeah, goodbye. That's a good game! Let's go! Alright, that was strong, right? Yeah, see, I haven't even played, like, pretty much for, like, all last night and this morning. So let's get into another dub. What do you think, boss? Okay, game 2. Not as good as a hand. But it's a hand that I'll take because I want 7 cards. Let's lead with the black. Deep-Cavern Bat turn 2 is not bad. Of course, you always want, like, your Michael, or Malcolm, rather, or something else earlier. Okay, hit us for 2. I actually like when they do that because it doesn't really get them ahead on board presence or anything on turn 1. So, Ronin is there. Okay. Wow, when enters battle with Incubate 2. Has Haste Crew 2. Interesting. I'm not really scared of these vehicles, but interesting. Voltic Surge is how it removes us. So yeah, definitely Voltic Surge. Because that's the card that removes the bat. You always take the card that removes the bat, pretty much, right? Okay. Surginge, baby. So we're not going to swing. And we're going to pile on here. This is kind of why I like pile on. You can convoke with your guys. Boom. Yeah. I don't really care about that other thing. Neither of those. Yeah. And it's actually fine. The surveilling is really good. We have a Gix command, so we can at least grab that back. If our bat does die, we can grab both of them back. Ooh. That's a top deck. Let's go ahead and blitz this in. We're going to be able to draw a card, get in some, you know, respectable damage. I really like Tenacious Underdog too, because when it is in the graveyard with things like Malcolm's discard, or any sort of discard that may happen to us, or a Surveil, right, we can take advantage of it. I think we have one Memory Deluge as well, for exactly that reason. We can take advantage of it later for a 7-drop spell, way late in the game, if it's one of those types of longer matches. So this is an interesting card. Permanent cards in graveyards can't enter the battlefield. Alright, so they use Ronin to tap that. They incubated here, which is interesting. Huh. So, the best play we have is probably definitely slapping down Big Bat. Small Bat and Big Bat, baby. Alkazotes, dude. Alkazotes. That name is going to go down in the history books for me. I don't know. It's one of my favorite Magic names. I guess it's Aclazotes. Yeah, it is Aclazotes. So I've basically been saying it wrong this whole time. But I still love it! Alright. Ataquito, baby. Bro. You got a taquito for me, dude? You're standing next to it. You're at the taquito. I'm so sorry. You're standing right next to that rolled taco. Okay, so our opponent's roping? That's fun. Okay, yeah, great play. I'm shaking in my boots. Discard that. Put counters. Boom. wasn't the best Gix command because we took out a 0-4. But the counters are real. The biggest threat's obviously Big Bat, but now a Small Bat is pretty much just as threatening. Being that it is holding a card under it too, so. Now, Underdog can come in and help us end the game here. That'll be really good. In fact, we do win if they only have one creature, which they do. Yup, because we had that Fading Hope, baby! Sheesh! Alright, guys. I'm going to call it here. This is going to be a very quick video, quicker than usual, because I wanted to show off Dimir quickly because it is obviously there's tons of ways you can go with it. I'm not 100% certain this is the best way, but goodness gracious, this is powerful. I want to do a little bit more testing with it, but I think, we're on to something here. We have a lot of control. We have a flying evasion package. We have, direct damage. We have triggers from Sheoldred that are going to hurt them. We have treasure token. We have counter spells. We have it all, baby. So anyway, much love. I hugely appreciate you. If you're still here, don't forget to subscribe. And like the video. That would be super cool. More content on the way for you. Lost Caverns of Ixalan, baby. And I can't wait for Murders of Karlov Manor. Hey, I actually made a video for all the spoilers if you haven't seen them. So, much love, and I will keep you posted, okay? Peace!